travel to Cancun during COVID-19. Well, in Cancun, Mexico, they're pretty strict about wearing masks. You're supposed to be wearing a mask unless you're swimming at the beach or in the swimming pool. But everyone here, well, while you're drinking, you know, but you order drinks at the bar. They like it if you wear your mask. The bartenders are wearing their masks. All the hotel staff's wearing their mask. The people in different villages are wearing their masks, so, you know.
Even ancient Mayan people wear their masks.
So you gotta do your part and, you know, try and protect everyone else around you. October 31st, 2020 today. So it is Halloween. Happy Halloween. For you guys back home, we're going to be flying back tonight. But we're going to tell you a little bit about our experience while we were here. We were a little sketched out to travel during the pandemic and whether it's safe to do so or not. But this is what our experience was like in the last 6 days that we were here.
So our first night here, when we flew in, we were unaware that Hurricane Zeta was about to hit. And I mean, the waves were a lot more intense than they usually are. Usually it's really still, beautiful turquoise water, but we didn't really think anything of it. It was Sunday, so they stopped serving alcohol at what time?
Plane arrived at 9:50 p.m. We didn't check any luggage, so we were able to get out pretty quickly on our shuttle, but we got to the hotel near 11. And we were like, hey, let's get a drink at the bar real quick. The bar was closed, so then we went to like the local Oxxo, which is like the small 7-Eleven type of store. We're looking at the 6-pack of beers. We're like, let's get them for the balcony at our room. And then the lady all of a sudden goes, I can't sell you any of that. And then she goes, today's Sunday, so I can't sell you guys any booze after 5 p.m. We didn't know they did that here in Cancun.
We're like, okay, that's fine, you know, then tomorrow we'll get some.
So then, no, well, but on the way back, somehow we found a little wing place, like chicken wing place that sold beer, so we just walked in there. And instead of buying a beer for like 80 pesos, which is less than $1, it was, they were like $10 beers, so we just bought 2 because we were like, they're expensive, but hey, at least we have a beer to celebrate the fact that we're here today. We brought it back to our room, and that was night number 1.
So day 2, we woke up, it was Monday morning, and we're like, okay, we can get our drinks. Not that that's the most important thing, but we were looking forward to it.
So then I went downstairs to get us some breakfast, some coffee. There was actually a Starbucks in our hotel, and I didn't want to wander off too much to try and find something local, so I was like, I'll get Starbucks. But it was closed. It was probably like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I figured it'd be open, but it was closed. Then one of the staff members comes to try and ask if I need any help. And he starts talking to me. He's like, yeah, we're getting ready to shut some of the things down because of the hurricane. And I was like, what? And then he goes, oh yeah, there's a big hurricane making its way here to our hotel. The hurricane started like a couple days before. It happened to be Hurricane Zeta.
And it was stuck out in the ocean from the winds weren't letting it move here yet. So it was trapped and just building energy and becoming a hurricane. Well, that day it was set to finally make its way towards the Yucatan Peninsula.
And Yeah, it sure did. We ended up, I can't remember, I think we called room service that morning for breakfast.
So he comes up and he's like, oh, I have some bad news. I'm like, what? What could it possibly be? Like, don't you tell me that. And he's like, well, there's a hurricane.
Coming today. And restaurants might shut down, they might send people home.
They were making storm shelters too.
So they had shelters available that if it got really bad, they might have to shuttle us out of the hotel into a shelter, which just sounds awful, and especially during COVID too. But that didn't end up happening. But what did is like, okay, well, we got breakfast, and then we said, let's go to the bar now. And then we go to the bar on the beach, and they're closing down. They say no alcohol will be served today because of a hurricane.
Which makes sense. It's like you don't want people like to be so gone that they don't know how to survive in a situation. But I mean, like, we're not like that, but I understand that other people are like that. We just wanted a beer to enjoy during this.
Nice little cocktail, mixed drink on the beach. But anyway, they said no alcohol will be served today. So then we go back to that Oxxo, the convenience store, liquor store, and the fridge is locked, and the lady goes, there's going to be no alcohol sales today.
Anywhere, it doesn't matter
and
where.
Then I thought, well, what the heck? It's not Sunday anymore. She goes, yes, but now there's a storm, and when there's a storm, it's not allowed. We're not allowed to sell alcohol to anyone, even if you go to a grocery store or a restaurant, they will not sell you alcohol. So I was just like, what the hell, dude? Like, we're on vacation, on the beach, trying to get some drinks, have a good time, relax. Well, it wasn't a very relaxing vacation right then and there. We did manage to come back and then go out looking for a place to eat some lunch in a little alleyway.
So we found a random hole-in-the-wall smaller restaurant that illegally sold some booze. So there was a lot of people there. We're all enjoying like margaritas, and we were having tequila shots and stuff. And we were able to, after a margarita, get a 6-pack to go.
Well, after a few margaritas, because we got like 3-4 drinks each.
It was still okay. It was the calm before the storm, so there was like light rains. People were still doing things. It was the afternoon. It wasn't set for the hurricane to really hit in the evening.
So then we went to the pool, swam for a bit, and then sure enough, they were like, okay, everyone has to come out now in preparation for the hurricane. Try to seek your shelter before it gets real bad.
Here we are, Hurricane Zeta, Cancun. This is what it looks like. There's people surfing right now, and it's a little crazy right now. If you know Cancun, waves aren't like this. We may get evacuated if things get worse. They're preparing shelters, but here we are, 2020, during coronavirus, maybe during a hurricane, maybe getting evacuated. We're just trying to have a nice vacation, and Hurricane Zeta is here. Because once the hurricane hits, you're not allowed outside, and nor would you want to. I would think it was terrifying.
We were bunkered up in our rooms, and we were like, what are we gonna eat if everything closes down? Restaurants are closed, they're not selling booze, what are we gonna eat? So we ended up coming downstairs to the only one place we could eat, and that was the hotel's buffet dinner. We ate there, and then that was about it. Like, we were all trapped in our hotel. They said, do not go outside, no one's allowed out there, it's really bad. And then in the middle of the night, we're trying to sleep, and the wind must have got up to like 130 miles per hour like the news said it was gonna, because it was really bad. I think we got woken up out of our sleep a few times.
All night.
Yeah, all night long, and I was like, the roof's gonna get peeled off of our roof or something, the walls are gonna get ripped off with the storm.
We closed the curtains to protect.
We closed our curtains so that if the windows broke, because I really thought the windows would just break and shatter all over the place, we closed the curtains so there would be glass all over the place. But yeah, there was a few times that I woke up in the middle of the night and the wind sounded like it was gonna collapse the building.
You could hear things slamming against the building.
And it sounded awful. I was like, what if the building goes down? We're on the 6th floor. But I was trying to not think that way. But sure enough, the next morning, these are some of the pictures from our property that we were walking around, and I took these pictures here. It was pretty devastating, and
well, right next to our balcony, the drywall, the plaster got ripped off of
from the pillars.
Yeah. banging.
It's pretty bad.
We actually ended up changing rooms too, because the first time we had a double bed and we wanted just a single bed. And when we got to the next room, part of the balcony like had debris collapsed on it, so we felt unsafe there and we switched back to our own.
Yeah, there were like metal rods in the balcony when we checked in. I was like, I don't know about this, because if we're chilling in our balcony, I don't want a piece of metal falling on our head. So we switched back to another king-size bedroom, and it worked out.
So day 3, Wednesday, was my birthday, my 30th birthday, and the storm was gone. We got our first beautiful sunrise after the storm, and everything was open again. We were able to get drinks, and actually, we mentioned it was my birthday, so our bartender, Jorge, really hooked us up. Like, he actually got us a little too drunk. We're like, okay, that's enough. Like, they kept coming. We're like, everything was free. And we're like, okay. And it was a lot of good fun, but and ever since then, Jorge's been hooking it up.
Yeah, he's been hooking it up because, you know, we tip him well.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job, and he's helping us out. So we were tipping him really well every
Jorge's
night.
our man here. We make sure we go to that bar.
So anytime we went to the beach bar after that, we'd be out in the ocean swimming or in the pool, and we went to the bar because we didn't get an all-inclusive place. But anytime we would go there, he would like immediately make an effort to come to us and serve us our drinks immediately and keep an open tab. And he knew that at the end of the night we were gonna give him a good tip.
He remembered us.
Yeah, so he remembered us, and we got really hooked up. That was great.
And I had a good 30th birthday. Like, we just enjoyed the water finally because we hadn't been able to in those 2 days. So that was our day. We just enjoyed what Cancun had to offer, the ocean and then the pool. And we ate some food at the restaurants. We were sick of hotel food being trapped in here with the hurricane. The hotel food is kind of awful.
It's Americanized food, so
yeah.
It's not authentic. That's why I don't like you doing it all inclusive. I like to go out to explore and find like the real food, and I don't want to just rely on whatever the hotel may serve. So I never like doing that. It's not worth it to me. So we did go out and explore and found our restaurant right on the beach on the pier, and really good like garlic shrimp or octopus, ceviche and aguachiles, all that kind of stuff. It was great.
We rode sea-doos, jet skis.
Oh yeah, we ended up renting a jet ski, and that was a lot of fun. Then the next day, did we go to Chichen Itza?
Yes, that was Thursday. Chichen Itza and Cenote.
The next day we ended up going to Chichen Itza. That's the ancient Mayan pyramids. You know, we started the day by going out to the bus. We walked over to the place. It was kind of across the street, not very far. And everything started okay. You know, you have an air-conditioned bus. It's a charter bus, brand new bus. But then little by little, we started getting warmer and warmer inside the bus. Everyone's got to be masked up. You know, everyone's wearing masks. Just wearing a bus together.
Trying to be as safe as we can.
It turns out that the air conditioning in the bus broke down. So here we are.
Slowly cooking to death.
Slowly cooking. Must have been, I don't know, 90 degrees outside with 100% humidity. If you don't know what that feels like, it's awful.
I think I almost threw up. I was starting to pass out.
Now, awfully hot, everyone wearing masks.
Getting angry.
You know, it is what it is. It happens. It's not the crew's fault, but it was really, really bad. The tour, they said that was going to last like 12 hours. It really did last 15 hours. So do plan for that if you take the all-inclusive, all-day long trip to Chichen Itza, because it takes a long time. And also,
be prepared that the all-inclusive is not really all-inclusive. They didn't really want to cater to you that much. When the drinks that they said were free at the buffet, you had to pay for if you wanted an alcoholic beverage. They said there would be all you can drink beers on the bus. That guy came around to us with a little tiny, like 8-ounce cup.
They gave us a little cup and poured it out of a 40-ounce beer twice.
So buy your own beers at the liquor store and put them in your day pack, backpack.
So it's all inclusive, but no. And then also the beers weren't served until after the pyramids. The pyramids, which by the way took about 8 hours to eventually get there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive to the pyramids, but they first take you to some other old village to look at. Then they take you to a lunch buffet, where they said, oh, you guys are gonna get 2 drinks each at the buffet. Well, no, it was 2 drinks total, so 1 and 1. And when they say drinks, I thought it was gonna be a mixed cocktail or beer. No, that's not included. It's just tamarindo or jamaica, which is like a fresh water juice that they make here. And then the beer and alcoholic drinks you have to buy yourself. So at this point, I was kind of frustrated, really, because I'm like, what's the all-inclusive? What's included? Because so far, I'm not sold on it. And then they take us to the pyramids eventually, like 8 hours later, super hot. And only then, after the pyramids, did they give us beer because they didn't want drunk people entering the park smelling like alcohol and falling and all that. But
how you get drunk off of 8 ounces of beer is beyond me, because that's all we got. When
we got back on the bus from there, that's when the guy finally goes, would you guys like some beer? Now it's already like 10 hours later.
Oh, we got a new bus at this point, so everyone was finally happy. There was people from Germany there, France, Colombia, Mexicans, Americans, and everyone was getting, he speaks Spanish, I don't, but some Mexican guy freaked out in Spanish on the tour guide lady.
Yeah, so some people were getting angry on the bus, saying like, it's really hot, we're passing out back here. It just wasn't a comfortable experience at all. The pyramids, yeah, I just recommend you do that. Cenote, try and find the shortest tour as possible, because the all-day thing, it sucked. Like I didn't enjoy it. I was like, less is more sometimes. I want to be back at my hotel and be able to go on the beach and swim and all that. And
try to get one where they take you to the Cenote first, because they took us there last, and when we left there it was dark, and it would have been a nicer experience to see the daylight hitting in there with the crystal clear water.
They took us there with like the last hour of sunlight, so we kind of had to like rush through it. But it was really cool. It was fun. Yeah. Like that part was awesome.
It was breathtaking. All of it was. After Chichen Itza, Cenote, amazing. Bus ride, not so much.
So they were looking like a couple of tourists or what?
Excavating new ruins. That was crazy looking. Wow. Here's where they would do the sacrifices, like in Apocalypto. Having a good time, babe?
Yeah, it's...
The AC on our bus broke, and everyone's pretty miserable.
It's been awful inside the bus with no AC. It's already super hot in here and humid. We don't having to wear a mask in the bus too, and
I think I almost threw up and passed out, but trying to make the best of it is beautiful here.
They are getting us a new bus on the way home though. Hopefully it's got AC, but yeah, the one we took here, it's been broken since we left the place almost.
But one of the 7 wonders of the world, amazing. Crazy.
So yeah, you just keep walking to the back of the park. The tour guide didn't bring us here, but we found this really secluded place with some more ruins. It's nice and peaceful and quiet. There's a few people trying to sell things over there, but for the most part, this was pretty much the most quiet part of the whole place.
Everyone yells at you with a
It's got some cool
whistle.
things, and there's stairs and columns. It's pretty cool. Go all the way to the back. There's what?
Fish right there.
There's a bunch of fish, right? We can see them right away.
Woo!
That's scary.
Cenote! This is gorgeous. It's breathtaking.
I'm literally out of breath.
Yeah, so how are you supposed to find words to say when it's breathtaking? Big splash! Day 5, Friday the 30th. We were supposed to fly. We were supposed to meet our shuttle at 11 a.m. and fly back at about 1 p.m. to go back home. Meet our layover in San Francisco to go back to Ontario Airport. And we decided, because of the hurricane, we felt a little robbed of our vacation, that we asked the airline, because the flight was really full, if they wanted to change us for free, and they did. They said, yeah, we would love to move you on to the next day's flight, and they compensated us for our baggage fee we'd already paid and everything. And we felt cheated from the hurricane, and then we ended up getting one more day to hang out here in the beautiful ocean and the pool. So day 5, we just enjoyed the pool and the ocean and ate some good food again out there. And
just like we wanted to do.
Yeah. And now it's our last day here. We're going to catch our flight in a few hours, and we just decided to walk the beach. We were going to take a walk and enjoy the sunrise this morning, but there was a really intense thunderstorm with lightning that lit up our whole room, so we didn't do our sunrise walk, but this is still just as nice.
It's almost sunrise. I mean, it's still only like 7 something. It's just past 7 a.m., so it's still here pretty early.
Yeah.
People wake up pretty late here too. So,
we notice we're early risers. We're used to having chickens, so we get up early. So we've been waking up here really early, and nobody's around till around like after 10 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, even the coffee shop opens like at 10, which is pretty late. Yeah. Like we wake up and I'm like, I want my coffee like right away.
Yeah. It was a great vacation. He surprised me for my 30th birthday. I had no idea. This was so great. And I was really nervous about traveling with coronavirus, because me and him aren't even working right now due to the virus, and they've really made us feel safe. Everything has been actually better than America. Like we could take some notes from them. Every single, I haven't even seen this in California, but every single place, even in the little Mayan villages, you have to dip your feet in this little disinfectant and dry off. They check your temperature and give you a pump of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, it's almost like,
everywhere.
It's not just like, oh, there's some hand sanitizer if you'd like. They pump sanitizer on your hand. when you walk in, mandatory, which I love that idea. I'm never against safety measures, so that way it's like, because people are licking their fingers and things like that, so on your way into a store, if you disinfect your hands, then everything that you're grabbing is essentially going to be clean. It's not going to be infected with bacteria.
Before we even entered our hotel, they sprayed down our luggage with a disinfectant too. So keep that in mind if you don't take a luggage or a bag that you wouldn't want to get maybe the leather wet or something.
Yeah, but right away, actually, when we got out of the airport, when they put our luggage in the shuttle that brings us here, they sprayed our backpacks and they sprayed our luggage. They wiped them down, put them in the shuttle, and then when they dropped us off at the hotel, they did it all over again. They wiped everything down. They gave us hand sanitizer, took our temperature.
Dip your feet, dry them off before you walk in.
Dip your feet. Great. It's like a mat that's got some sort of disinfectant, and I feel like everyone in the U.S. should be doing this, because you track a lot of germs and bacteria on the floor. People spit on the floor.
Yeah, you sneeze, you cough, the debris all lands on the floor. You walk through it, you're tracking.
Our battery died down there by the rock, so we just came back up to our room, and just to wrap this up, thinking about traveling anywhere, just make sure you check your guidelines and restrictions. There's certain places you can't go, or there's certain places you can't travel from. For us coming here to Cancun, it was pretty easy. They just do take your temperature, and don't travel if you have any symptoms of any illness.
Yeah, I feel very comfortable during this trip. We wear our mask. Others are wearing their masks. America could take a few tips from Mexico with some of their sanitation here. It's really good.
So, if you have any questions about anything else here in Cancun, leave them in the comments. We'll be happy to answer any of those. Thank you for watching.